Alright guys, here we are again. Today, going to go over probably one of my favorite features in the new LCP Stat 10. We're going to talk about resources. Now, for those of you who build a lot of plans, this is going to be your favorite feature as well. So, I'm going to start us off here in the list of items. We've got this case we're working on for Janice Semplesmith. And we have created a number of different plan options. We've created a number of different items, but Janice is not our only case. We have multiple cases. We have a lot of people, and throughout the year, the course of the year, you're going to have a number of plans that you are trying to build for a variety of different cases. However, as unique as all those plans and cases are, there are a lot of similarities that in the past you've had to enter manually over and over and over again. To avoid that, we've got this great feature called resources. And I'm going to start out in this list of plan items. I see that I've got 50, 60, 70, 80 different items listed here. At some point, those all had to be entered manually. It'd be awful if you had to enter every single one of those manually every time. And for those of you coming from more traditional method of building your plan using Excel spreadsheets or other sources, this is going to be your best friend. What we can do in LCP Stat 10 is take an item or a service, physical therapy for example, and if you know that you use this often or you think you might use it in the future, you can save this item as a resource, and then when you go to create the new plan and want to pull that item in, all you have to do is pull that item from the resource. It eliminates quite a bit of the data input. It does strip out some information, and I'll show you the information that it eliminates. But let's go into the process of adding an item to a plan. Physical therapy. A lot of your clients are going to need physical therapy. Let's go on in and add this item as a resource. To do that, we select the item like we've done from the item or service list. We go up to the menu bar in the very top of your screen and choose Create, Save as a Resource. You get the confirmation this item has been saved to your resource list. You click OK. That's how you save an item to a resource. Now, how do I add an item as a resource from my resource list? Well, let's go back into this test plan that we had. Right now we just have the one item. That's not going to be enough. So I'm going to go back where I have my new item service. I'm going to click New Item. And instead of filling out all this information with all of that data that you had already worked on, I'm going to go to Create, Pull from Resource. I'm going to find the item. In this case, it was physical therapy. Select it, click Select, and there's all that information already there. Very cool, very cool. So what it leaves out, you see here, year begins, because it doesn't know the year that your client was born, because the client that you worked on previously was born in a different year. So it's not going to do any of that until you tell it what year this plan begins. So this is going to begin 2013. It's going to end in 2023, like we said. And utilization, like I mentioned in my calculations, I like to keep it consistent and use the duration of the plan. So for me, that's 10, and that's it. That's it. You've just saved yourself a couple of minutes per item, but a couple of minutes times 80 to 150 items per plan is a lot of time. So that's the resources. That's where they go. That's how you save an item as a resource. That's how you pull an item from a resource. Now remember, we said resources are different than sources. Sources are where you're basically getting the cost information for a particular item. Resources is like a well, a bin, where you save the information that you've entered for a particular item for you to pull from later. That's resources. You can also view the list of all your resources here, and you can go in and modify any of these items if you need to. For example, let's say that the cost of a particular item has changed, then you can go in, you can adjust the cost with that item, and then when you go to pull that new item in to a new plan, that cost information has been updated. Pretty cool. Very cool stuff. All right, well, that's resources. I hope you guys have found these tutorials super helpful. If there's something that you still have questions on, or a particular area of LCP Stat that you are looking for further instruction, just email us, info@lcpstat.com. Let us know your question, and we'll be happy to get you on board. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.